welcome back to the Maserati F1 Manager series. Today's episode is focused on Singapore. Unfortunately, the footage, the pre-race weekend footage, the introduction and going through off-track action, the file got corrupted, so we've lost that. So you'll be joining this episode as we head straight into quali. So a little bit of a shorter intro for this one, but if you do all of the usual stuff, if you're not already, please do subscribe. If you can like the video, really does help me out. Get involved in the comments, but we'll jump straight into Singapore qualifying. This in Singapore completed, and we really struggled with the setup on Franco's car. Just could not get it in the window. I think we have got a higher setup satisfaction than that, so we'll reset to that higher one. But yeah, it's not anywhere close to Maloney. So Colapinto down at 88% for driver preparation. A little bit of work to do. Also, he's got the new, side pods on the car, so his car parts knowledge is a little bit down as well. Pretty good on Maloney's side of the garage though, 100% track acclimatization, 100% on car parts knowledge, and 98% setup satisfaction. So he's well set up as we head to qualifying. A little bit of work to do for Franco. Okay, Q1, as always, let's get them straight out and see what we can set on these first flying laps. Okay, so Maloney about to finish this first lap, and he does a 1:28.3. Colapinto is going quicker, and it's by nearly a second there. So, might have been a little bit of traffic for our drivers, but we'll go back out. Okay, Colapinto is P8, so I'm going to risk not going out with Colapinto, but we are going to send Maloney back out. Oh, no!
Red flag.
That might be session not restarting, though. I don't know how long is left. Albon. Wow, he's completely lost it. That's going to be session over. Oh, no, Maloney. Well, he did set a first time, so... Oh, he is through, though. I thought we were in the bottom 6 there. I could have sworn we were in the bottom 6, but that's music to my ears then. Back out then in Q2, we're using a scrub set of tyres, the tyres we used in Q1 here. So this won't be our quickest time. Well, hopefully it won't be our quickest times. But Colapinto, 8 tenths quicker than Maloney again. I don't think there was any traffic there. So Maloney struggling for pace on his teammate. Franco, these last few races, starting to really show his pace again. Work to do for Maloney. Okay, underway on our second flying laps here then in Q2. And Franco Colapinto done a 26.5 first sector, 26.6 for Maloney. As you can see, there's no traffic for either of them. So Maloney still a tenth down in that first sector on these second runs. Colapinto is in the top 10 at the moment. Maloney finds himself in P13. But we do expect cars to go quicker. Let's see what this second sector time is going to be. And then we can compare our two drivers again. It's a 36.5. 36.7. So Colapinto about 2 to 3 tenths of a second. Quicker than Maloney again. It's not the 8 tenths to a second that it has been across the first few runs in this session. So it looks like Maloney's going to close the gap. But let's wait and see as Colapinto going quicker. He's going to come across the line. Where does he put his Maserati? Colapinto goes to P6. Is that going to be enough for Q3? What about Maloney? He goes into the top 10 and just 3 tenths off on that run. So that's better from Maloney. I'm not sure it's going to be enough for the top 10. Behrman's finished. Piastri and Sonoda's finished. Colapinto, I think, is going to be good here for Q3. I don't think Maloney is going to be, because we've got Antonelli, Stroll. Yeah, who's next across the line? Stroll and Stroll and Sainz coming across the line. Stroll hasn't gone quicker. What about Sainz? Sainz does. He puts Maloney into the drop zone. So Maloney down to P11. I think it'll just be Antonelli now. See if he will go quicker. Antonelli across the line then, and he goes into the top 10. So Colapinto through to Q3. Maloney qualifies P12. Again, we'll go out straight away on a scrub set, and then we'll do our flying lap towards the end of the session. So it all comes down to this, our flying run here in Q3 on a fresh set of softs, but we've not gone quicker through that first sector. 26.9. Really slow. The Ferrari got out of the way. It didn't look like we were held up. But Colapinto not going quicker, and that is a bit of a worry considering he's 3 tenths off 9th place, let alone anyone else. So Colapinto might be P10. We are up against the Aston of Alonso, the 2 Mercs, the 2 McLarens, the 2 Red Bulls and 2 Ferraris. So we're not really expecting to go any further than 10th. But let us see what we do through this second sector. It's about to pop up any time. We're not going quicker. So unfortunately, it's going to be P10 here for Colapinto in Q3. But we still start in the top 10. And if we can stay there, of course, that'll be another point for us. And who knows, around Singapore, can get a lot of action. Might be some fun ahead of us that we can take advantage of again or capitalise on safety cars. But Colapinto, we're expecting him not to improve, so it should be P10. And it is P10. Looks like Leclerc is going to grab pole then for Ferrari. A Ferrari 1-2, and it is indeed. There we have it, the Ferrari 1-2. Leclerc first, Hamilton second. Max is in third, Russell fourth, Piastri and Norris fifth and sixth for McLaren. Kimi Antonelli seventh, Yuki Tsunoda eighth, Alonso ninth. And as we saw, Franco Colapinto 10th and Maloney P12. So P10 and P12 for our 2 drivers as we head to strategy for Singapore. Okay, we are going for a split strategy for our 2 drivers. It's a 2-stopper Colapinto starting on the softs, then the mediums, then finishing on the hards. Maloney's going to try the 1-stop, mediums to hards. So much longer stints, of course, with Maloney being on that 1-stop. He's going to make his first stop around about lap 28. Colapinto will be in around lap 18. So let's see how we go then. Starting 10th for Colapinto, 12th for Maloney as we head to get this Singapore Grand Prix underway. Here we go then, Singapore Grand Prix. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here as they get us underway. It's Colapinto P10 and Maloney P12. Can we get double points finish for the 3rd race in a row? We've been on a good run with Monza and Baku. Now what can we do in Singapore? As Maloney's moved up 1 place already, he's into P11, up from P12. Tyre chat, let's have a bit of tyre chat, and it's softs and mediums all through the grid. Pretty even, maybe just in favour of the softs. I think that's probably pretty even though. And Colapinto is challenging Fernando Alonso for P9. Colapinto on the softs, Fernando on the mediums. Imola predictions. Still at the moment, you can't go wrong with McLaren and Max, so I'm actually going to go for a Lando pole. A Max in second. George Russell third. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll be asked again on Friday and probably tell you a completely different prediction, but as we stand right now, Lando pole, Max second, George Russell third, Oscar Piastri fourth. Noob, sorry for disappearing for a couple of races. Not a problem, buddy, not a problem. El Paparito, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. I really don't want to burn up these tyres too quickly. Maloney is actually got to be on light work here. Second lap, 1 lap down, and here we go. Colapinto trying to make that move then on Fernando Alonso.
Keep your position.
Fernando's going to hang it in there though. Can Colapinto make it stick? No, he can't. Fernando fights it hard and fights it well. Right, so Colapinto has lost the DRS to Alonso, and he's going to get Carlos Sainz all over his rear, and unfortunately Maloney is going backwards.
Now
with
this one
the goat that is Lance Stroll on his inside.
There's the opening.
And Maloney has got past Stroll finally. Well, I say finally, he's been in this DRS train, but Maloney, aggressive on the attack, what we want to be. And Maloney moves into P12. Is Carlos Sainz about to move into P10 though? And Stroll might be coming back past, but he's not. Colapinto lose that place to Sainz. I'm only joking, by the way. I think the Derry bad gave it away, Luke, but... Alright, Colapinto reclaims the position on Sainz. Oh, Carlos Sainz! And Maloney's hit him! No! Franco, Zane, sorry. Hopefully he's still in the race. We've got a red flag. He's going to have damage, though. Sainz trying to keep up with Franco. We saw it in the background, bins it. And then Maloney couldn't get out of the way.
Oh, so unlucky.
What damage has that caused for Maloney, though? Hopefully he's still in the race. Yeah, it's not his front wing, so it's probably going to be something that we can't change. Oh, that's Franco anyway, is it? Yeah, it's Franco, so that's fine. Yeah, mediums was what he was going to go on anyway. I think we can change this front wing. We'll go on the hards now, but I don't think we'll get to the end with them. Hopefully this should change the front wing during the red flag. Sainz is out though, so he's not going to be pressurising Colapinto anymore. As Max Verstappen, it looks like, has made his way to the front. He's going to get us underway on this restart. He does indeed. Maloney showing no damage, so it's just the front wing, so that's perfect. That's good for us.
The gap as much as possible.
Stroll has got past Maloney on the restart though, but Colapinto has got past Fernando Alonso. And Alonso's gone onto the softs. Colapinto now onto the mediums. Yeah, those hards won't get to the end, so let's just see how we go in this next phase. But Sainz out of the race. And that's going to mean we don't see any pit stops for a while because there's a few getting close. But underway then, lap 14 of 62. Verstappen leads, Russell second, Leclerc and Hamilton. They started on the front row. They're now second row, so to speak, third and fourth. Oh, what's going on there? Sonoda getting caught up under the gearbox of Kimi Antonelli. And that's opened the position for Colapinto, who says thank you very much, and he's moved into P8. Lovely work from Franco. His race coming alive under the restart.
Now we're watching the action closely here.
Yeah, just got tucked up on the inside.
It's there for the taking.
Franco had a lovely clean exit there. No, he's just about held on, but he'll lose it next time round. That's fine. Colapinto then on his way to lap 34 on the mediums. And he's going to finish on the hards. And Maloney is a long stint now to lap 45. Then he's going to finish on the softs. And here comes Yuki Tsunoda on Colapinto. And he is through into P8. Colapinto back down to P9. But we're going to be fighting these Aston Martins. Will be P9 and P10. Probably more likely P10 for Stroll. And it'd be nice if Stroll does get cut adrift of this DRS. Where's Maloney? 5 seconds off this battle now, but he's not benefiting from this DRS, which is dragging Franco along quite nicely. I mean, when you actually look back at Eric Ten Hag, he didn't do a bad job, really, did he? You know, you've got to compare the same players, basically. You can argue that it's his fault for choosing some of those players, the likes of Anthony and such, but I'm just hoping this is one of those scenarios where it gets it's worse before it gets better, and this is us showcasing how poor the players are to get them gone this summer. So Colapinto continues his battle with Yuki Tsunoda back to P8. Yeah, Maloney is 5.5 seconds off this battle now, so hopefully he'll have some pace towards the end of the race, but he is now. Maloney Maloney is actually... Oh, Doohan's just dropped out of it, but it's basically a DRS train from Maloney down to last place Lawson in 21st, so... Shows that it's very difficult to break the DRS here. And that's why Colapinto's doing well now, because he's managed to stay with these guys in the DRS. As Verstappen reclaims the lead from Russell, Leclerc third, Hamilton fourth, Russell back in the lead. Right, what can we do with Maloney here? Can we just try and break this DRS?
Mode race.
Let's see if we can break the DRS with Maloney. He's got Albon on him, so Williams back behind us. This time Albon behind Maloney, was Sainz behind Colapinto until Sainz binned it. And Alonso has developed a fault.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've just...
Yeah, right, Crofty. Yeah, it doesn't tell us anything, but we should see it when he crosses the start-finish line. Might not see it yet. No, we'll see it shortly what Alonso's issue is. That's good for us, because Alonso's one of the cars behind us. So if he starts to lose a bit of pace, that's going to benefit Franco Colapinto in his pursuit to finish in the top 10 today. And funny enough, we started pushing Maloney as we've got a virtual safety car. Esteban Ocon
Do your best, man.
is out.
Do you
Albon's taken Maloney. We start to push Maloney and somehow Albon gets us. I do think we're broken the DRS though to those behind us. Good move from Albon to be fair, but what has happened to Esteban Ocon here?
There's a yellow flag now.
Ocon has crashed. Oh, that's just a massive lock-up.
What the...
It's going to be way too early for that hard. Could go light, but... Seeing if there was a chance to capitalise on that, but we're not going to be able to. We're going to have to stay as we are. So Colapinto P8, still ahead of Sonoda, Alonso and Stroll. It's now 8 seconds down to Albon and Maloney. Hulkenberg. Is he back into the DRS? He is. That's a bit frustrating. The timing is all over the place there on Hulkenberg, but it looks like Hulkenberg is going to get back into the DRS. Colapinto has moved past Lando Norris.
Look, this is what
Franco
happened.
loves a restart.
Here we are now, down at turn 17. The opportunity begging to be taken.
And there we go. Great work from Franco. You've got fuel to push on. Yeah, we're pushing on the fuel. It's quite a bit now after that red flag and now virtual, so we'll keep pushing on that for quite a while. Now I want to try and hang on to Lando. That's a nice move from Yuki on the outside. Piastri's got some damage there. Piastri, I think, has hit the wall.
Now that incident looks to involve Oscar Piastri. Now we can see what happened. Now here
Oscar
they were
Piastri.
taking turn 14.
Oh, he hasn't hit the
close to
wall.
each other.
He's hit a Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli. Oscar Piastri might have some damage there. What team is your favourite team? Sorry, my English again. Formula 1 team, Atty? If it's Formula 1 team, my favourite team is McLaren. And we've got a McLaren right behind us. Right, let's put rarely defend here. I still can't get it done. A stroll into the pitch, not good for us. He's probably going to get an undercut here. Alonso 1.8 back. Where's Stroll going to come out here? It's not even into his box yet. Got to hope Stroll gets some traffic. Albon got nice clean air there. Does he get the undercut on Stroll though? Albon was about 4 seconds back. He pitted a couple of laps before Stroll. Let's see what the difference is going to be. It's going to be pretty close here, you know. Albon, there's Stroll. And I think Albon's going to do it just about. No, Stroll battles him hard. Norris has finally passed Colapinto as we watch this battle between Stroll and
Let's have a look here
Albon.
as we go into turn 8.
Norris
The
has
opportunity's
finally
there.
got the job done. Well, that's killed his race a little bit. And there we go, Lando on the inside. See you next live, Kelly. No worries, buddy. See you next time. Now, Albon does jump Stroll to the undercut. Pretty strong there, and that's worrying for Colapinto because it could mean that Stroll, Albon, and Alonso, who will surely pit now, all get the undercut. I think Alonso's going to be out behind. Well, I'm pretty confident Alonso's going to be out behind both Albon and Stroll now. Alonso will be in next, then probably Hulkenberg. What's Stroll gone on to? Stroll has gone on to the mediums. Albon's on the soft. Surely he's stopping again, or if they've got to really manage those tyres. All right, Alonso into the pits. Let us see where Alonso comes out then. He's definitely behind both of them, isn't he? Yeah. So there we go. Loses a lot of time there. Alonso, and he's onto the hards. So now we just want to get to lap 34. Get Colapinto in. Let's hope for no errors here, but it's likely that Albon, Stroll, and Alonso are all going to undercut us here. 2.7, that's okay for us. But yeah, Stroll and Albon already passed us. Alonso is going to get the job done as well. We're right behind Fernando though. Let's get those tyres up to 10. So we've got 7% on Alonso. We've got a good margin on Stroll and Albon, who I'm pretty confident will pit again. So really, I feel we're fighting Fernando here. And we can just let them chop and change positions. I just want to get our tyres up to 10, then I'll go to standard. But I feel we could just sit in Alonso's DRS for a little while here, once these tyres are up to 10. There's the group of Albon and Stroll. They're being held up, aren't they? Yeah, by Lawson and Hadjar, yet to stop. And Behrman. Yeah, so I feel we could get some time margin for later on in the race here. We've got 7% as it is, as Sonoda is pitting now. I'm going to go light with Colapinto. Not too bothered about the overtake on Alonso at the moment. I'm happy just to sit in his DRS, to be honest with you. Sonoda, where's he coming out? Is he going to be jumped by anyone? Lawson, Hadjar, Albon. Oh god, he's coming out amongst all of this. Oh, he forces out that racing bull. And Sonoda all in this traffic as well. This is going to allow Alonso and Colapinto to close up. They don't need to come in for a while yet. Maloney doesn't need to either. Maloney just going about his business. A lap 45 for Maloney. So yeah, Colapinto, I'm happy just to sit there for now. Gasly has managed to catch up to this pack as Norris has got a mechanical fault. Oh no! No! What is going on? Colapinto involved. Albon has dropped. Oh, Albon's clipped the wall and then he's clipped us. Can you believe it?
Just like that.
What's the damage?
Now it looks like, yes it is, Alex Albon's involved in that.
This is the same crash, isn't it?
Now,
this is absolutely wrecked it for us here. Look, Albon's going to clip the wall.
Here. Then, oh!
Albon. We've got no front wings left. And it's major front wing. Well, that's basically it for Franco then. Franco is done for. Oh, can you believe it? I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to retire Franco Colapinto. I think he was definitely on course for some points here today. But Alex Albon, one Williams crashed behind him in this race. Another one's crashed in front of him. Made contact. Actually, Sainz, the first William, made contact with Maloney. So both Williams have hit the wall and then hit one of our drivers. Franco, we don't have the same front wing to replace it with. And that means he's going to have to retire from this race. So all our hope is on Maloney. But it's really Fernando Alonso here because everyone else is stopping behind Maloney now. So all that traffic has helped him out quite nicely because he's got 8 seconds on Stroll and they're on a net pit stop. Alonso is the one going to the end. So Alonso is going to be a good, what are they behind here? 10. He's going to be a good 15, 18 seconds up the road. So it might only be 10th place for Maloney, but he's got a chance of points now. All right, Maloney is in then. So yeah, I think we should be coming out ahead of Gasly and behind Behrman here. As Lawson and Hadjar enter the pits as well. So the traffic is getting out of our way, which is going to be very nice for Maloney. Need a nice stop here, please. 2.7, that's fine for where we're at. Right, so yeah, Behrman is in fact ahead of us, as we thought. So he is going to the end. So we are going to have to overtake him and Alonso if we... No, just Behrman if we want a point now.
At the moment, we are P14.
And Alonso if we want 2 points. We're very close already.
Try to increase your pace.
We're going to get DRS here. On softs, we should be a lot quicker than Behrman. Going to send it from a long way back, but Maloney needed to get that done. And he has got that done, and he's through into P13.
Try to recover.
Now it's 3.4, yellow flag. A virtual safety would kill us with Stroll here. Please just be a yellow.
Copy.
It's looking like it's just going to be a yellow here.
Here we've got a yellow flag.
Antonelli's crashed so much this year, and he's had another one here. Will he have to pit? Let's have a look at the damage. Oh, he tried to turn the car, didn't know what way to go, and that wasn't the correct way. Now, has Antonelli got away with that, though, in terms of front wing? Didn't quite see there as he lost an end plate. The rear wing's looking a bit dodge. Yeah, I don't think he'll pit. Don't think he'll need to pit. Well, I've broken that DRS to Behrman. Stroll's still yet to pit. What's Stroll down to? 40%? Is he? He's trying to hang that out now, maybe, for a safety car. Maloney's got DRS. Needs to get this one done ASAP as well. And he's going to have a lot better traction on those tyres. And there he goes. Through to P12 then. Hulkenberg next. He's on softs, but we've got double the tyre life.
Good job there. In front of you, there is Hulkenberg.
And Hulkenberg pits and gets out of the way. So there we go. Maloney has got the fastest lap with that as well. And he's now just 7 seconds actually off Fernando. So who knows here? He's flying on those softs.
You can slow down a bit more. Copy.
Stroll try. Antonelli is in. Did he have to pit anyway? I don't know if he had to pit anyway. We're going to jump Antonelli, 24. I think we're too far back. Is he changing the front nose, though? He is. Changing the front wing. It's going to be a slow stop. I'd imagine he'll get past us anyway, but... Don't know if we'll still get past him even with that front wing change. Don't think we will, you know. I think he'll be out just ahead of Fernando. But that's lost him vital positions. And that's going to slow Fernando up through there. And that'll get Maloney even closer. So 15 to go. 61% tyre life. Got to be mindful of our tyres here. Maloney has arrived. And this is a great chance to get into P10 now. But it will be P9 when Alonso's teammate Stroll pits. Don't get DRS just there. Thought we were close enough, but not quite. But Maloney,
in front now you have Alonso
getting to the position that Franco looks like he was going to be in.
Now.
So it looks like Maloney on this strategy would have been right with Franco. Franco didn't have to retire. But we've got a great chance now to get past Fernando Alonso, and there we go. That was easy work by Fernando. We say it's easy work. Fernando does want to fight it, but it is over. And Maloney is into P10, and as I say, that will be P9. Because Stroll will have to pit.
Well there. At the moment we are P10.
12 laps to go. Stroll is going to have to pit. And Maloney has nearly broken that DRS to Alonso. And that would be mega. We could just pull out and save ourselves battling with Fernando for the rest of the race. As we say that, Fernando he was getting closer, but not anymore. Is Stroll about to jump into the pits? No. We need DRS off him now, and we need to get this done then. We should get it done. We're all over the back of him. Here we go again. Maloney, please pull out. Maloney! Zane, that is so poor. That's going to open the door to Fernando.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Tom, P8 doable. Don't think P8 is P9. I think Kimi Antonelli, even with damage, will have too much for us on fresh softs. Right, we need to get this done now. Maloney on Stroll. Stroll is dispatched, and that should be enough for Maloney to claim P9 in this race. Stroll was hoping for a safety car. It's not going to happen. Stroll is going to be down. I think Stroll might be in 17th when he finally pits here, you know. He's gone way too long on that stint as Lance Stroll. And I think he might be in 17th when he finally boxes. Why is Stroll staying out here? Ollie Behrman is 2 seconds off Alonso. Could Haas get a point here today? 20% tyre life. Lance Stroll loving life out there. Surely now. And he is. He's had to give up the dream. Stroll is in. But as I say, I think he's going to be dead last. He might come out just ahead of Doohan maybe if he's lucky. Doohan's still in our game because no point doing the database editor because Franco Colapinto drives for us, so I can't put him in the Alpine. Well, I could, but then I'll lose driver. And Stroll finally boxes there, and I think he might make it out in front of Doohan. No, he doesn't. He is going to be a dead last, Stroll. So that hasn't worked for Aston Martin at all. But Max Verstappen is going to win this race. George Russell is leading the championship, but he's down in 4th, so this is big for Verstappen, who wins it. Leclerc 2nd, closely followed by Hamilton in 3rd. And then Russell, the championship leader, as we said, is going to be in P4.
Max Verstappen.
So a good win for Max.
Line, and today's winner.
Sander, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated, buddy. And Maloney, let's see him get to the finish line. Good race for Maloney in the end. As I say, slow in that first stint, but it all came together. A lot of traffic helped him, I think, when we saw Colapinto crash. That traffic helped Maloney. But the one-stop worked, and he's in 9th by 23 seconds is Maloney. So 9th was his own in the end, and here he comes to cross the line. The last one to do so. It's P9 for Zane Maloney. The full classification. Max Verstappen up 2 to win it. The Ferrari started on the front row, but they couldn't hold off Max. They finished 2nd and 3rd, respectively. Russell 4th, Tsunoda 5th, Piastri 6th, Lando 7th. Antonelli had that crash, but he held on to P8. Zane Maloney up 3 from 12th on the grid to P9. Albon, pretty good drive, although he got damage and that penalty. Up 12 places to P10, so the Williams certainly did have some pace. And then a lot of movement down here, and as we saw, Colapinto had to retire. Front wing, major damage, and we didn't have a replacement for him, so he had to retire. Ocon and Sainz both crashed out. What does that do to the Drivers' Championship then? Russell maintains his lead, but Max Verstappen now into P2, and both, well, all 3 of Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, they all finish above Russell, so they close the gap, and it's just 25 points now is George's lead, so getting very close here, and Hamilton is, what, only 29 points behind? Yeah, 29 points. Leclerc a little bit further back, isn't he now? What is that? That is 47. 47 I make that. So 47 points separates the top 4. So still a chance for any of the top 4 to win this championship. I think we've got 4 or 5 races left. So pressure on Russell to maintain that. 2 McLarens 5th and 6th. Antonelli 7th. Yuki 8th. Fernando Alonso 9th. Maloney takes another 2 points. Keeps him in 10th. Franco doesn't score, but he holds on to P11. Albon 1 behind him in 12th. The rest of the scorers, Lawson, Stroll, Gasly, Sainz. And we saw Behrman getting close to 10th place for a point, but couldn't quite do it. Constructors, Ferrari lead, and it looks like it will be a Ferrari's Constructors Championship here in 2025. Mercedes second, but very close with McLaren, and Red Bull are closing as well. So the fight for second really hotting up, because what's that? 42 points between second and fourth. So a big fight on for P2. Aston Martin don't score any points this weekend. Stroll tried to hang out for a safety car. Alonso struggled with his issue at the end, dropped out of the points, but we only take 2 points. So still a chance of fifth for us, but it's going to be a fight with Aston. We should now finish at least 6th. I don't think Williams, after taking 25 points all year, are going to take another 24, 34 isn't it actually? Yeah, 34 in the final few races. So we look like we'll finish at least 6th this year, potentially 5th. Alpine in 8th on 6th, RB 9th, Kick Sauber and Haas are yet to score.